appreciate you for it. The Karuyanya water crisis was actually as a result of pipe detachment, you know, that we experienced along the main trunk that conveys water from Tank 41 in Asokoro to Nyanyakaru residents. This, of course, happened, and it was a major maintenance issue that we had to actually involve the Federal Capital Development Authority to intervene. These detachments, of course, could be caused by a number of factors. Number one, probably due to aging infrastructure. You can experience such an issue. Excessive water pressure could also cause pipe detachments. It is a major trunk line, about 1,400 diameter in size of a pipe. It's a major trunk line. And human activities could also cause such detachments. So I want to empathize with the people of Karuyanya, because I know it is not easy actually to stay without potable water for this long.
Okay, now, so when should residents, now you've explained the problem associated with that area, when should residents, can you give us the time frame when residents should expect water supply?
Yes, I am very much aware that the work going on there is actually at an advanced stage. When we had that crisis, we quickly ran to the authorities to inform them, because it was a major maintenance issue. The FCT administration briefed the Honorable Minister on it, and then the Honorable Minister, of course, graciously granted approval that maintenance should take place. All right? And then FCDA also went into action to ensure that the appropriate companies were given the job to come and fix the situation. They have been there for some time now. If you are very familiar with the site, you see them working day in, day out. And I want to believe that in the last visit, they should be between 90–95% completion.
Okay.
So in a couple of weeks, I believe this will be completed, and the residents of Karuyanya will still have potable water.
Okay, thank you very much. Now give us an update on the Operation Check the Valve initiative. What is it all about?
The Operation Check the Valve initiative, of course, came about as a result of complaints the board was receiving about lack of water in some areas of the city. And I decided that I should bring together the management team so we could brainstorm to know why there is these complaints. And if water is being produced at Lower Usman Dam and conveyed to the various tanks, why then is it that we are not getting water in these areas people are complaining about? I now said the only thing that could possibly be the cause could be the valves. Probably the valves are faulty, or they are not opened fully. So we agreed that we should embark on checking of these valves to ensure that they are okay, and to also ensure that they are open. And I want to assure you that when we embarked on this exercise, of course, water came into most of the places that we are complaining. The functions of the valve, let's not forget, is of course to control the flow of water. So when the valves are faulty, it means the water could either flow or not be flowing. And then secondly, we also use these valves to control pressure of water. If the pressure is much, we could use these valves to control it. And that, of course, will also save our pipes. And then also, during probably maintenance period, we could isolate, and we use these valves to isolate. Okay. So they are very key in any water facility. For any water facility to get it right in terms of distribution, then these valves must be functional. So that's why we placed a lot of priority on checking these valves.
Okay. Now checking is one thing.
Yes.
Maintenance is another thing. What are you doing now that you've identified that, yes, this is the problem? What are you doing to ensure that area offices, your area offices, have functional valves to ensure the smooth
yes,
flow?
We do regular checking, monitoring and checking, all right, to find out and ensure that they are actually functional. We also do tests randomly. We go there, open them to see how effective they are. And if we discover that there are faulty ones, we replace them immediately. And one thing we also do is to ensure that those who are responsible for maintaining these valves are very much conversant with their functionality. They should be able to know how these valves work. So from time to time, we organize training programs for them in order to keep them abreast with the workings of these valves. They know when to open them and they know when to close them. So that's what we do.
Now give us an update on the activities of the special task force constituted to monitor water distribution in the FCT.
Yes, when I came in, of course, I discovered that there was great need for us to ensure that water gets to where it is intended to get to. And so I constituted that team and charged them with the responsibility of ensuring that from time to time they go through all the main lines to ensure that water is flowing freely and to also ensure that we don't have illegal connections, because over time people go to our main trunks and then they connect illegally without even the knowledge of the board. The design of water in FCT is made in such a way that water will leave the treatment plant, all right, get to the tanks first. It comes by gravity, I need to remind you, get to the tanks first, and then it is distributed. But unfortunately, I discovered that so many people were connecting from the trunk line, and that was actually affecting the pressure coming to the city. And that, of course, was also responsible for the complaints we were having that there is no water in a particular area or the pressure is low. You know, when you release the water from LUD, instead of it coming with force, it is sucked by other people that have connected illegally. So I decided to constitute that team. And that team has been up and doing. I am chairing that team. I have an alternate chairman. Anytime I'm not able to go out as a result of probably work pressure, you know, if I'm engaged somewhere, the alternate chairman will lead the team. And I want to assure you that between that period and now, we have discovered so many illegal connections along the mains. And that has actually affected the water supply to the city. But we are going to do a very special report to the Honorable Minister, and then we'll be able to receive the necessary approvals on what to do with those cases we have seen.
Okay. Now, what is the FCT Water Board doing to, what is your plan to expand water supply to underserved areas in the FCT?
Yeah, water is an essential, let me use commodity.
Commodity, yes.
In quote. Everybody needs it. Water is life. And I want to assure you that there is no place you go to and they will tell you that they have enough water. Water is never enough. The more you give, the more it is expected from you. Now, the design, once again, I want to come back to the design. The design of the water was to supply about 3 million people, all right, in the FCT.
Yes.
But between that period and now, I know you know that the population has actually grown. We are talking about maybe 5-point-something million now, if not 6 million by now. And so the demand is actually very high. But I want to assure you that the Honorable Minister, Barrister Nyesom Wike, is very committed to ensuring that water gets to the people. And that is why, for instance, you see that day in, day out, this greater Abuja Water Works, it's going on. And by the time the greater Abuja Water Works is completed, I want to assure you that a lot of districts that do not have water now will have water, potable water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for the assurance. You're watching and listening to the Fct Call Center on ASO Radio and Television Services. Today we have in the studios with us the General Manager of the FCT Water Board, Mr. Daniel Sauka Audu. Stay with us. We'll be back shortly.
The welfare of millions of people for generations to come may be affected by the wisdom which we here display. If Nigerian leaders and our British partners are to prove themselves worthy of their trust, now is the time for us solemnly and truly to dedicate ourselves to seeking the greatest good of the greatest number of our people in Nigeria. Independence for Nigeria in 1960 is imperative. But independence for Nigeria as a corporate entity is not enough. The peoples of Nigeria must at the same time be guaranteed their freedom. We must ensure that in an independent Nigeria, individual citizens throughout the land enjoy liberty, human dignity, and equality under the law. There must be one Nigeria with one constitution and one law for all. Let us therefore, Mr. Chairman, sir, close our ears to the counsel of despair, which says that we cannot here at this conference agree on a constitution. If there's any doubt among us as to what should be written into the constitution, let us, as Democrats that we profess ourselves to be, refer such problems, as the goal has done recently, to the people whom we profess to represent, either just before or at the federal elections late in 1959.
You're watching and listening to the Fct Call Center on ASO Radio and Television Services. You can follow us live on Fct Call Center on ASO Radio, on DSTV channel 392, on Star Times TV channel 127, and on Free TV channel 507. You can also watch us on the UHF band on channel 38. You can listen to us on ASO Radio 93.5 FM. We have with us today the General Manager of FCT Water Board. Now, before we go, what is there any collaboration between the FCT Water Board and other SDs of the FCT?
Yes, there are collaborations. The FCT administration, under the leadership of Barrister Nyesom Wike, encourages greater collaboration and cooperation among the SDAs. And this is simply geared towards ensuring that all the SDAs in the FCT administration are able to deliver you know, their deliverables in line with the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President. So collaboration is very key. And FCT Water Board collaborates with a number of FCT agencies. We collaborate with the Federal Capital Development Authority. I told you earlier that when we had this major challenge, yes, pipe issues, of course we approached them, and they are the ones handling it. We didn't have a budget for it. It's a very huge maintenance, and so they took over. And there are so many other things. For instance, when it comes also to the rehabilitation of our treatment plants, FCDA, of course, intervenes. So we collaborate in those areas. When we have issues that are structural in nature, they come in and then we get it right. Okay. Like Development Control, another agency of the FCT administration, we collaborate with them greatly. Everybody knows that the Development Control is responsible for the development of the city. And when we have issues of encroachment, for instance, into our water facilities, we approach them. They come around to ensure that nobody encroaches into the facilities of FCT Water Board. And we also have this right of way, you know, where our pipes passes through. At times you find developers coming to build right on the right of way, which is not allowed. So when we see such a thing, of course we report to them, they come around and they remove such structures. And so many other agencies. For instance, the ICT department under the office of head of service provides training on ICT. And that has, of course, moved our officers from manually handling issues to the computer aspect of it. The Human Resource Department, for instance, provides capacity building. And I want to assure you that as a result of those trainings, our officers are up and doing, and they are able to effectively carry out their responsibilities.
Okay. Now, climate change has been a problem the world over. Now, considering the impact of climate change in every sector of the society, now what strategy is the FCT Water Board adopting to ensure an effective water supply system this year?
Yeah, climate change.
Flooding and other things.
Yes, climate change is here with us whether we like it or not. Because I want to assure you that in every sector of the economy, of course, people are feeling it. Yes. In the water sector too, I want to assure you that it is being felt. Because, for instance, the Lower Usman Dam, that is our major dam that provides raw water, you discover that it goes down very fast, unlike before.
Yes.
Now, we rely on rains, and you can see we are in May, and the rain is not much around yet. So the only agency of government that we rely on for raw water is the Federal Ministry of Water Resources through the Gurara Dam. They have been up and doing, they have been there for us, and of course, they have been providing us with water. Now, on our own part, we are doing a lot of sensitization. We are informing people on the need to ensure that they don't waste whatever water they find coming to their taps. They shouldn't waste it, and by so doing, we are conserving the water. And of course, we have also observed that some individuals are farming around the dam area. We have also stopped that. Felling of trees, we also saw where some people were cutting down trees. We have also stopped that, and we are collaborating with the chiefs in Buhari to ensure, you know, the dam is located in Buhari chiefdom there. So we have met them, and we have appealed with them to ensure that proper enlightenment is done in order to discourage people from felling trees or even farming by the dam embankment. And we have seen a lot of improvement. We don't see people there the way we used to see them in the past. And so it means the enlightenment is actually working. So we want to encourage our teaming customers to ensure that they make best use of the water they are having from the FCT water board. It is treated. Government use a lot of money to treat it before we give them, and so they should hold it with a lot of what do you call it now? Value. Yeah, that's right. They should hold it with a lot of value. Thank you.
Now, finally, before we go, what are the challenges the board, the FCT Water Board, is facing?
Yes, there are challenges, of course, numerous of them. But I want to, first of all, say that most of these challenges, the FCT administration, under the minister, of course, is addressing them. But most importantly, one of the major problems we have is lack of cooperation from the teaming populace. What do I mean by lack of cooperation? For instance, you tell people not to do illegal connections, but they are doing it secretly. You won't know until probably on a routine check, you just discover that the earth has been unearthed and a pipe is down there. You know, some people don't want to pay their water bills, for instance, which is not okay. When you have value for your money, it is always the best.
Yes.
We are providing these services, and so why not pay so you continue to enjoy? So that, of course, is also a major challenge. And I also want to say that our facilities are very dear to us. On daily basis, we have cases of pipe burst and even vandalization, particularly with facilities that are of iron nature. They have iron components on them. You know, people go there to steal them, to cut away our properties, which is not right. Even the valves we are talking about, you find instances where people go there, vandals, and then they carry them because they are meters, they remove them and go away with them. That is actually affecting our services. And so we want to appeal to the teaming populace to even report when you see people doing what they are not supposed to be doing with our facilities. It is important and good if you can report to the agencies.
Okay. And with that, we've come to the end of today's edition of the FCT Call Center. Thank you very much, the acting general manager, I beg your pardon, of the FCT Water Board, Mr. Daniel Sauka Audu. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much.
To this edition.
I appreciate you so much. Yeah.
Call Center. Want to also sincerely thank the Deputy Director, who is also one of us, who is here with us today on the program, Malan Suleiman Aku. Thank you very much for coming. And also to the Acting Director of the Department of Reform Coordination and Service Improvement of the Federal Capital Territory Administration, Dr. Jumai Amodu, and the Desk Officer of the FCT Call Center, Joyce Ojo. Thank you very much. Let's do this again same time next week, same station. I am Holina Adojo. Thank you very much for staying with us.